MLB 18 The Show has released their initial trailer. Everybody is very excited about that. They've also had a couple of live streams since then too. So we have gotten a little bit of information regarding what will be in 18, what they're fixing, new features. Of course, there still is 1 month until the game actually releases, so there still is a lot of more stuff. There is still a work in progress for 18, so we don't really know everything that will be added. There still is a couple of live streams too. They still need to do the Diamond Dynasty live stream, the Road to the Show live stream. But anyway, what I'll be talking about in this video is 5 specific things you should be looking forward to in 18 that might have been fixed from 17, or just things that they are newly adding into the game. Also, before I start this video, very quickly, I'm trying to step up my social media lately, so I don't mean to be that dude, but I did make an Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, this is it. I would appreciate it. So finally, getting into this list, 5 things you should be excited for in MLB 18. Number 1, the Legends. So far, they have confirmed, I should say, a bunch of Legends in this year's game. One thing that is very interesting, if you did see all the Legends that they did reveal, you would notice that there has been, not a bunch, but a couple of Legends revealed so far that were kind of around in the early 2000s, late 90s. So maybe they are hinting at the fact there will be more Legends from that era, because over the past couple of games, there has been many Legends from way back in the day. There has been flashbacks from the early 2000s, mid 2000s. But Legends, Vladimir Guerrero, Frank Thomas. But this is the thing too, they've already revealed a bunch of amazing Legends from way back in the day too. Babe Ruth. So you can definitely imagine there will be a bunch of Legends from way back in the day we haven't seen yet. And Legends from the early 2000s, late 90s, even 80s we haven't seen yet too. So I mean, 18. You would only have to guess. There will be many Legends. This might be the best Legend roster anyone has ever seen. I'm sitting here sweating. I mean, I'm spitting everywhere just thinking about all the Legends that will be revealed in 18. I really think this will be the best Legend roster that has been revealed. The second thing you should be looking forward to seeing in MLB 18, I feel like this should have just a whole category for its own. The hitting. After we've seen the live stream when they were talking about all the fixed gameplay, I think we can only pray that hitting will be fixed, but it's definitely one of the top things on the agenda for things that needed to be fixed. So hitting for sure will be improved this year. They've also added new features to hitting too, like they've added the overhead view of the 3D swing and stuff like that. So if you saw the gameplay that Ramon Russell did with GameSpot, you probably saw that one of the new features for hitting is the overhead 3D view, so you can see how good your timing was and stuff. So you can tell they are working on specific things like that. Hitting was one of the things that everybody was saying needed to be fixed, so it's good that they're listening to the community. So I think hitting should be in its own category, because that was, I mean, hitting should be number 1 on this list. That should be the first thing everyone should be looking forward to seeing, because it probably was the first thing everybody was saying that needed to be fixed. Number 3, the third thing you should be excited to see in MLB 18 is, I mean, realistically, this could have been added to the previous thing that was brought up, but hitting definitely deserved its own category for this list. But number 3, fixed animations. If you were playing a lot of Diamond Dynasty, along with hitting, you would notice that one of the most important things, or one of the things that was probably the, how should I put this, the biggest pain in the ass? Let's say you have somebody on third base, and you're using somebody on the mound who has one of the best curveballs you've ever seen. Well, in 17, that wasn't possible. If you tried to throw a curveball in 17, for one, you don't really want to leave it in the zone, obviously. And if it was below the zone, it would be right through the wickets every time. But that was one thing that definitely needed to be fixed too. Blocking for catchers was probably number 1 for me. Hitting was bad, but blocking, that was something else. So I probably should give another example. Let's say you were on first base, or somebody was on first base, and you would block the ball would bounce a couple feet away from you. your catcher would stand up, dude would take off his mask, look in the nosebleeds for the hot dog vendor, pick up the ball, and then throw it. Little things like that that can have a big impact on every single game. Like, you could lose games because of that. You could lose a game because the ball would go right through the catcher. Number 4 in this list, I did kind of make a video like this last year, and one of the things I did mention for things that you should be looking forward to seeing in MLB 17 was Road to the Show. Now, Road to the Show from 16 to 17 did have a major increase. They did add all that new dialogue and stuff. So there was an increase in Road to the Show, probably not as much as everyone would have hoped. But Diamond Dynasty last year, they said that Diamond Dynasty is probably at its highest point. Diamond Dynasty is probably the best it's ever been. So Road to the Show wasn't their main focus last year. This year, Road to the Show, I can see Road to the Show having, I don't even know. I don't even know if I should try to guess. I feel like a lot of people will buy the game that haven't bought the game in the past couple of years, if that makes sense, because everybody was playing Road to the Show. Maybe everybody kind of got bored of it. But we can only speculate right now, but they did say that Road to the Show will be getting an increase from last year too, because that was just kind of the first part. Part 1 of Road to the Show was 17-18. Will be part 2. Finally, the last thing you should be excited to see in MLB 18. I'm not sure if I should have titled this video 5 things. I should have titled it 4.5 things. 4.5 things you should be excited for, because this last thing, we will have to wait and see. The servers? You could put that many question marks behind the word servers, and it would make sense. But you can tell they are working very hard to fix the servers from last year just by certain things they're doing. And for the simple fact that if you do order the Digital Deluxe version, you get the game on the 23rd, I believe. So just things like that, that's kind of, it's kind of like they're releasing the game in 2 waves. You get the Digital Deluxe, you get the game on the 23rd. I definitely think that's smart, because once the release date comes, a lot of people will be on the game. So the servers, if there is problems with the servers, we can only hope that they will be addressed, hopefully before the release date, and if not before the release date, shortly after the release date. But I guess nothing else needs to be said, because this is something that we will just have to wait to see. But that will probably wrap up this video. Hope everybody enjoyed. Let me know if I missed something. If you are excited to see something that I didn't mention in this video, let me know in the comments below. But be sure to leave a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed. If you are new to the channel, subscribe as well. I will see everybody in the next video.